Welcome to 1111, which is a segment for my podcast where I talk about a topic for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Today's topic is about being happy with mundane stuff. I hope that's how you pronounce mundane. Basic simple stuff. Okay, how to be happy with basic simple stuff. Because so lately, I've I've been obsessed with the idea that I try to live that I try to live the most simple, basic life ever. Like going on walks, sunset watching, people watching, reading my favorite books, working out and stuff like that. I feel like that's very simple stuff. And I feel like actually mundane means having a simple, peaceful life, and that's all that my energy allows me to do right now. That's literally what I wrote for the definition. So, I'm sorry if it's not correct, but guess what? We are not a dictionary. Actually, no, that's really me providing you false information. Hold on, hold on. Mundane. Okay. Lacking interest or excitement. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I feel like my life is pretty mundane. Like, I don't think I'm a very interesting person. I like to consider myself boring, if that makes sense. For example, I'm happy with my Friday afternoons being a simple walk or being a me just reading a book and eating acai bowl and just jamming out to music. Like that's my version of having fun. Um I also lately I've also experienced peacefulness and being happy with my simple um quote unquote lack of excitement life because I stopped following celebrities and influencers. And that's been making me happy with having my simple dull non exciting life. Because usually I feel like social media has tricked us into believing that we have to go to restaurants, like the most crazy expensive restaurants, and we have to go to the most exotic places ever to be happy and to feel excited and to, truly be living, when in all reality we all have different versions of having fun and we shouldn't all be just stuck on the same one, like you know um going out to eat extremely expensive places and traveling a bunch of hours just to post it on social media. I feel like I'm the type of person who's happy, like making soup, um uh watching my dog like run around, doing workouts and stuff like that. And I think that's perfectly fine, and I think that's perfectly beautiful because I think there's some sort of beautiful, like there's something so beautiful about being able to have a peaceful life and being able to create a simple and peaceful life, if that makes sense. um I like to say that don't I really don't need to travel places in order to have fun, or I don't need to um have the most crazy expensive things to be happy, because that's not how I want my mind to function. Because I I like to think that if one day I have to go to the mountains and like just live out in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to be happy. Because being mundane and not doing such exciting stuff, it makes you have hobbies. It makes you, maybe do art, or it makes you maybe be a reader or be a athlete and do gym workouts, or be a writer or be an artist and stuff like that. I feel like not being so focused on trying to, go to just doing crazy things and not so mundane, like just making a latte, or maybe going thrifting. I feel like that's so lovely. And I don't know what you consider mundane, but for me mundane would be like um doing stuff that doesn't require so much energy or so much attention or money, stuff like that. I feel like that's what mundane means to me. For example, like cooking our favorite dish, or making tea, or doing art. I, it's just it just creates such a simple life for me. Or like journaling, like the simple fact, it's so beautiful because it's one of the most mundane thing you could ever think about, because you're literally just writing on a piece of paper that's either a never gonna get published, or b just never be read by anybody else. And it's just something for the mind. So I feel like doing stuff like that is very healthy. And it's like I also feel like there's some sort of judgment when you're, young or a teenager, and you like mundane things. For example, my one of my family members, they were asking me what I was going to do on my Friday night, and I was like, I don't know, I think I'm going to go to the gym and go on a walk and journal a little bit, and then probably go get like an acai bowl and, go to sleep. And they were like, "Oh, that's so boring. Like, you literally don't go out. Like, why aren't you going out? What? Like, that's not fun at all. And that's just so mundane." And I was like, I was like, my fun, or, the way that I like to have fun doesn't all it they're not always going to be the same as yours, or as my neighbors, or as my sister, or as my brother, or as my mom's. We're all going to have different versions of having fun, and I think that's totally fine. Although sometimes it is fun to go to the beach, or go to, restaurants and stuff like that. But I don't think we should have to base off our whole, existence around these things. I don't think we should have to, if we're not doing these things when we're like 18, 19, 17, whatever, when we're young, like, don't feel like we're not accomplished, because that's not what there is all for. Like, that's not what life is all about. I feel like, I personally feel like, me being able to create my peace and create my happiness and be happy with simple things, it just makes me have, like, I'm kind of living my life not correctly, because I don't believe that there's a correct way to live life, but I'm living my life correctly for me, because I'm not the type of person to be like, well, this is not how you live life, and you shouldn't be living like this, because everyone has a different version of living, and that's totally fine. But the way that I see it is, if I'm able to create my own peace and be at peace and being, mentally stable, and having fun with going on walks and journaling, maybe that will change in a couple years or months or days, that this doesn't make me happy and I want to travel. But like, the good thing is that I'm able to create my hobbies, and that I'm able to enjoy this right now. So it's just like, there's so much pressure, especially when you're in high school, like when you go to college and stuff like that. Being like, I see a lot of people just like partying all the time, and like, that's fine. Like, I don't care. Like, party, like, live it up. I wish I could party. Like, I cannot party at all. I can only last like 5 minutes. I get bored. I'm like, I'll rather be at my house reading a book, or doing art, or creating some sort of art, than be at this party, because that's just not the type of person I am. But maybe that makes other people happy, and I don't think we should judge other people for not living a mundane life, because that's how they want to live their life, and that's totally fine. If it's like, if it's making them happy, then we shouldn't care. But I want to share, hey, this is how you can be happy being mundane. You do not have to feel like you have to be going out to every single party, or you don't have to feel like you have to have this like extremely crazy life in order to, have like social media, or post on social media. Like, I've been so happy posting, simple vlogs or simple things, because that's what my life is, and that's what I want to create, and that's like the message that I want to have, because I don't want it to seem like I just live such a crazy life, or I do such crazy things, and then in reality I'm not this person. I also feel like there's beauty in simpleness, and there's beauty in being, happy with simple things. And I think that radiates, and I think that, I feel like there's longevity. Like, this will last for me. Me being at peace with my life, and me creating peace, and me not having to live such a crazy life. I think that's going to make me be happy, and that's going to create a happy life for me. And I think that's beautiful. And I think, a lot of people should feel, especially teenagers, especially like, younger 20-year-olds. I think you shouldn't be so focused on feeling like you're bored. Oh my god, my favorite thing is, whenever my life is boring or mundane or anything, I'm like, I'm gonna grow. Like, this is the universe giving me time to grow, and giving me time to spend quality time in my mind and in my body, and focusing on what's bothering me, and journaling more, and reading more. Because when life is boring, that means that you're going into this growing stage. That's the way that I like to see it. and it's beautiful, you know. So maybe just go on walks and not don't try to like fit in and like try to act like life is crazy, because honestly life can be crazy reading a book, like, or like journaling or going on walks, you know. Like don't be embarrassed of having a mundane life, because it's it's life, you know. It's part of life, and it's part of being like, you know, human beings. And it creates peace, and I feel like peace, I would much rather choose peace over a crazy rave night, you know. Not judging people who rave, because I want to go on to a rave so bad, but it seems so fun, but I don't want to do that every single weekend, you know. I don't want to take drugs every single weekend and, you know, not remember anything about my life. So it's just like being happy, being mundane is one of my most like favorite things about my universe that I created. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Don't be scared to go on a walk or read a book or stay in a Friday night. Like that's crazy to me that people judge people that way. But I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely afternoon. Go on a walk. Go watch the sunset. People watch. It's beautiful.